Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Doktari aired on CBS from 1966 to 69 with 89 episodes. The show starred Marshall Thompson, who played veterinarian Marsh Tracy, and Cheryl Miller, who played his daughter, Paula. And then there were the two famous animal stars on the show, Judy the chimpanzee and Clarence the lion. Doktari was a spin-off of the movie Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion, where Clarence got his big break. Although he was a male, his sweet temperament and golden locks earned him the moniker the Shirley Temple of the lion world. Judy the chimpanzee at the same time played Debbie the bloop on Lost in Space, and she was trained to respond to 75 hand signals. And reportedly, she also loved coffee and donuts. On Doktari, both animals won Patsy Awards, which stands for Picture Animal Television Stars of the Year. The show was produced in association with MGM Television, which is interesting, as I'm sure you know MGM has always had a fondness for lions. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. So what do Grizzly Adams and Lassie have in common? The answer was a Hollywood animal trainer named Rudd Weatherwax. He happened to be the uncle of Ken Weatherwax, who played the original Pugsley on the Addams Family. But more notably, Rudd was the owner and handler of all the dogs that starred as Lassie. In 1948, MGM's release Lassie Come Home successfully began a series of 6 more big-screen titles and a nearly 2-decade run on television. The original rough collie to play Lassie was the personal pet of the Weatherwax brothers, whose name was Pal. He and his long line of descendants that portrayed the female Lassie were in fact all males. Once the movies had run their course, Rudd seized on an opportunity by foregoing his final paycheck to obtain the trademark and rights to Lassie. This enabled him to earn from the entire CBS television run and all the syndicated reruns, including personal appearances and all forms of media and products using Lassie's name and likeness. John Provost, who starred as Timmy Martin, forged a lifelong friendship with Weatherwax, claiming that the dogs were so well trained that they would nail their takes, then go lay down while the humans made all the mistakes. He states that Rudd had a heart of gold, citing that wherever they traveled for promotional appearances, he would always inquire if there was a children's hospital in the area. Weatherwax would then make it a point to visit it with Lassie and Timmy. John said that seeing the sick or injured kids light up every time they showed up made a lasting, positive impression on him. When Provost was gifted one of the Lassie offspring puppies by the famed trainer, John honored his friend by naming him Rudd. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Made for only $140,000, the 1974 theatrical release of The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams grossed approximately $65 million. Reportedly, this helped blaze the trail for the NBC TV series, which ran from 1977 to 78 for a total of 38 episodes. It was loosely based on the real-life frontiersman John Grizzly Adams. The historical figure actually did have a couple of grizzly bear companions that he tamed, and like on the show, one was named Ben. Actor Dan Haggerty played the larger-than-life character in both the film and television versions. He began his screen career playing the bodybuilder Biff in the Frankie and Annette film Muscle Beach Party. He later had a bit part as a hippie in Easy Rider and actually helped to design the motorcycles used in the film. Dan was a perfect fit playing Grizzly Adams, as the two had some real commonalities. Both had been animal trainers and performed for the public with their exotic beasts. By 1860, John Adams was performing his California menagerie with the great P.T. Barnum's circus. And before his most recognized role portraying Adams, Dan Haggerty worked as an animal trainer in his family's menagerie and also became a handler for Walt Disney Studios. Aside from his obvious love of animals, bodybuilding, and motorcycles, in 1994 it was Dan's career in acting which earned him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Did you know that the playwright, director, and TV producer Ivan Torres left a huge legacy on classic TV? Most often his shows included animals and/or some sort of undersea adventure like his series Sea Hunt. And it was during the filming of Sea Hunt where he befriended one of the acting divers. His name happened to be Rico Browning, and Rico was the original creature from the Black Lagoon. Well, the story goes, Rico was watching Lassie with his kids on TV one day when he imagined Lassie as a dolphin. He worked the idea up, took it to Ivan Torres, and the legacy of Flipper was born. Flipper actually started as a feature film starring Chuck Connors. They then successfully crossed over to TV from 1964 to 1967. But Ivan Torres also brought us beloved shows like Gentle Ben, Doktari, Cowboy in Africa, also starring Chuck Connors. So all in all, the famed producer and studio owner and his colleagues made a huge contribution to family entertainment. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. In 1952, a show about animals came on called Zoo Parade with host Marlin Perkins. It was sponsored by an insurance company that later went on to sponsor Perkins' project in 1963 about animals in their natural habitat. And that was called Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. The show was a huge success and won 4 Primetime Emmy Awards. And from its original air date into reruns, it ran for 25 straight years. It was also said to be the motivating precursor to popular cable channels such as the Discovery Channel and Animal Planet. And with the chemistry of Marlin Perkins narrating and Jim Fowler in the field, they brought the Wild Kingdom into our living rooms every week. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. You know there's an actor with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame whose TV show ran for a full 17 years? And that, by the way, the actor has 4 legs? Yep, in 1954, Lassie made her television debut. CBS felt with the success of the prior movies and the premise of a boy and his dog that they couldn't fail. Well, reportedly, it had worked so well that audiences were completely unfazed by the recasting of the boy. The show began with the boy Jeff Miller being played by Tommy Rettig. And then in 1957, it switched over to the ever-popular Timmy Martin, played by John Provost. And had anybody noticed that Timmy's foster parents were switched out after the first season? Originally, the mother Ruth was played by Cloris Leachman. Leachman not being happy on the show, they recast her role to June Lockhart. But the one thing that was clear was that Lassie was a solid bet. And that sometimes a dog isn't just a man's best friend, but can also be that of a network as well.